Your stuff always cuts through, Kim. And, you have a different frequency, but your message, sometimes you need different frequencies to get a message to the right people. And so I'm so glad you're here. And again, you've lived your philosophy for the last 30 years. As a quick aside, I've been tagging you and Robert lately on my Instagram because I have Cashflow for Kids right here in my studio.
Oh, thanks.
It's on our conference room table. And my two sons, they're 6 and 7 years old. We play every Sunday Cashflow for Kids. And so
thank you for doing that. I love that.
They keep saying, when do we win? When do we win? And for me, when Damon's 5, he's almost 6, and he's got this sheet in front of him that says, his income statement. And they're talking about passive income. And so for me, every time they roll the dice, I'm winning as a parent.
Yes.
Because these young boys are getting in their heads, thanks to you and Robert and building this amazing game, that it's all about acquiring assets that cash flow as opposed to being in this rat race where we're waiting for a salary. And so, I played Monopoly when I was a kid, but this is like Monopoly on steroids because they're getting these subliminal messages. So I'm going to keep tagging you on that. But if anybody's curious.
I love that you're teaching your kids that. I would, more and more parents are starting to realize how important that is. And just changing the mindset, because that's really what the cash flow game does and the cash flow for kids. It just changes your mindset because people are taught to work hard for money, and we work really, really hard for money, but we're never taught what to do with our money. So thank you for kind of changing that mindset of your kids. And I know I know being your kids, they're going to be phenomenal as adults. So
I hope so. I hope so, because I started them off paying them an allowance to do chores. And then I realized I'm actually incentivizing them the wrong way, right? That's that's a paycheck. And so, now I'm trying to get them back on track. But maybe we start there, Kim, because you've always said couples should play the cash flow game.
Yes.
You and Robert, people don't know, you and Robert created the cash flow game before the Rich Dad book. And ultimately, I think it was your way of trying to re-educate everybody from a financial perspective. But what was the philosophy of that game? Because it's a lot of what you're about.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that the game came first. So we created the cash flow game. The book came as a result of Robert working on a brochure to promote the game. That's how that came about. But the cash flow game came about because Robert and I, in 1994, we were financially free. And everybody thought, well, you must have had millions of dollars, or you sold your business for a lot of money, or big stock portfolios. And it's no, we didn't have any of that. Just as you're saying, Brian, it was our assets. And an asset in the Rich Dad world is something that puts money in your pocket, whether you work or not. So what we had $10,000 a month, every month coming in from our investments, primarily real estate. But our living expenses at the time were only $3,000. So at that point, we were financially free. And instead of traveling the world, everybody's like, how did you do it? How did you do it? We actually took step by step. And this was interesting, how to put what we did into a game that was fun and entertaining. And we kind of trick people into learning because they're having fun. So what we did is we actually took the steps that we took to become financially free, and we put it in the game. So the financial statement, which is the scorecard in the game, actually is a type of financial statement that we look at every month. And you've got in the game, you've got the income statement, you've got the balance sheet, and you've got the statement of cash flow. So we wanted people to teach people. So instead of us traveling all over the world, the game travels all over the world to places that Robert and I would never, ever get to. And then people can teach one another. People can teach their kids. We have it in businesses. I had somebody who played the game with 3 accountant applicants for their business to see what the behavior was, because it really is a mindset change. And it's you watch people's behavior and it really comes to the surface. So it's my passion. I like to be the queen of cash flow. And I love that this game, we're now going to have a digital version that we're about to launch, which is very, very exciting. But the more people out there get access to this game, I think financial literacy is the number one thing that if people could understand financial literacy, I think it's at the root of so many of people's problems, that the lack of financial literacy. So the more financially literate, the less dependent we become on government, the less dependent we become on bosses, the more control we have over our lives. And I'm all about taking control of of the financial life.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, do you want to profit from crypto? Then join my DeFi Academy. The Crypto DeFi Academy will help you create generational wealth. But don't take my word for it. Listen to my students.
When I first got into crypto, I remember thinking to myself, I need to learn more. Brian Rose, learning crypto, learning DeFi, got to do it.
I am so grateful that I jumped in and did this. I had to break through some limiting beliefs that I can do this, that I can afford this, that I can be in this.
It challenges the things that are deeply rooted within us.
Joining DeFi Academy has been one of the best decisions I have made on my blockchain journey.
This course was a life changer, a game changer, a huge eye-opener, coming from knowing practically nothing at the speed of the learning over 4 weeks was just fantastic.
The information you provided in this class was invaluable.
I feel far more confident in my next steps.
You took complex concepts and made them easier to understand.
What's different than so many other ones is it just doesn't tell you what to do. It actually makes you do it.
This is for people who are serious about becoming traders. This is the way it should be done.
I realized from this learning experience again that it is not about what you learn, but about who you learn it from.
The energy was insane. I've never experienced such incredible energy on a live call. Brian Rose, you are a legend, my friend.
It's the only thing in the market where you can get all information and learn everything what you need to know.
Everything is so clear and so well done, and I am just forever grateful for this program.
It made me feel so much more confident about crypto than I did before.
I did not anticipate how passionate I was going to become about it.
It's also been like a big learning experience for me, not just in the crypto space, but just an overall balance of life.
What I've learned is, how to take ownership, of my life in a way that I really hadn't before.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that, really.
I would recommend it to anybody, top notch.
Excellence does not come cheap. So if you want excellence, you got to pay for it, but it's so worth it.
Pull the trigger. That's what this course is about.
You're not going to regret it, really. It's amazing.
Thank you, Brian and team.
So what are you waiting for? Crypto is happening now. Click the link below, submit your application, and let me mentor you on how to create generational wealth and build the decentralized financial infrastructure of the future.